Use the yellow one. Ooh. It's cool.
Always be the light things on you.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nonhlanhla and some of you guys might know me as Prudence. If you are new to this channel, please do consider subscribing because I love having you here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate it. I think I should come a little bit this side. Yeah. Okay, so today's video, I'm gonna do a story time. I haven't done this in like a while. I think the last story time that I did, I was in the US, yeah, but yeah. So I'm gonna do a story time. Yeah, this one is a bit. I mean, all of my story times are personal because I talk about my life and stuff like that. But this one is pretty recent, you know. And I just thought about it, and I was like. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start recording my videos here because I kind of like this corner. Okay. And of course we got my mama over here, so I switched the pictures around. Sometimes I have a picture of my husband, sometimes I have a picture with my mom, but because it was Mother's Day just not long ago, it was fitting. My twin, don't we look alike? It was fitting to just have a picture of my mom, like, because I'm very sentimental like that. But anyway, story time of today. Guys, but as I was thinking of doing this video, I was like, yeah, guys, like grief, being in pain, and this is like emotional, internal pain, it's just something else. Like it's something else. Like, yo, I don't wish this on even my worst enemy. Like, I don't wish this on my worst enemy at all. So, I just thought about, like, I don't know, I was just going through a moment of just realizing where I am today and where I was last year, you know? And a thought came into my mind that at some point last year, I think around this time, I wanted a child, like really wanted a child. Okay, I don't know if you guys have heard about this though, but I even went to a point of researching. Okay, let me just start over the story. So fine. In January, I'm not gonna go into detail with it because I don't like talking about it. But in January. Last January 2022, I had a miscarriage. Okay, my husband was still there. It was something that we were both going through together and all of that, you know, it was fine. And then January, February, March, he was shot and then he passed away. So yeah, like my emotions were all over the place, technically like grieving the baby that we were both excited about. It was not planned. It was not a planned pregnancy. It just so happened. I was sick. We went to the doctor and then we found out I was pregnant. We were very excited. Decided to keep it to ourselves for a little bit. We wanted to tell people a little bit later. Just, you know, yeah. And then unfortunately, what happened, right? And then, well, I mean, I feel like we were dealing with it fine, like the both of us, because like we're able to like do at each other. They talk about it and all of that, but it was fine. I felt like I was fine, he was fine, we were moving on, and yeah, it was a matter of no, it's okay, it's life, it happens, you know, sharp. And then how this person that was duduzering me is now gone all of a sudden, you know. So anyway, I have tons of videos talking about my grief and all of that. But I think because one thing that I was feeling deep inside, I don't think I've ever admitted this to anybody, except my therapist. But at that moment, I just felt, yo guys, I was so sad. I was like, couldn't one of them at least have survived gay, you know? At least if it was a kid, it was fine. At least I have like a piece of him with me and all of that. Like I was really battling with that a lot, yeah, but like, yo, it was a lot for me, ne? And also because it happened like in the same year, you know? So I was battling a lot with that. And then I started looking at videos online, and I saw a lot of people talking about being a single mom by choice. And then I fell in love with that idea. I fell in love with that idea. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with women that want to be single moms by choice. I mean, hey, I wanted to do it. Like, I really wanted to do it. And I was so excited about it, like how the whole procedure and everything. I told my therapist about it. And my therapist, the first thing was, are you sure? And I was like, I think so. And then she was like, don't rush into it. You know, just think about it. If it's a research you want to do a research about it. But like, don't just rush into it, ne? Which I felt like was the best advice ever. Because when you're going through grief, like, you just want something to like get the pain away, mask the pain or something. And I felt like doing that, like having a kid, having a child was going to do that. I felt like that love that I held inside of me, that now I just didn't know what to do with it, mixed with the pain of like losing somebody that I really, really cared about and I really, really loved, and I had committed to spend the rest of my life with. I just wanted to give that love to somebody else, you know? So I started doing research, watched a whole lot of videos, and I saw phenomenal women that went through the process of being single mothers by choice, and their before, their after, and it was so beautiful to watch that. It was so beautiful, you know? And I felt that I really, really wanted to do that, you know? I started doing research, and then I saw that here in South Africa there is like sperm banks and all of that. I signed up to one. So basically you can see all these profile of these guys that donate their sperm. Do they donate? Do they get paid? I don't know. I don't remember. But like there's these profiles of these guys, what they do for their profession, sports, are they sporty, are they academic, how they look, their baby pictures, and how potentially your child could look. Like it was just so, I mean, I feel like it was occupying me like a bit, you know? So yeah, like these profiles where, you know, some of them are black, some of them are mixed race, they're colored, some of them are Caucasian. Like it was just all these profiles, and I was going through that. Some of them went to university, some of them didn't. Like basically like you choose the father of your child, you know? And that was so fascinating for me. I was like, this is great. I would like to do that. And then also there's an option of, the guys also choose whether they want their kids to know about them or not. Most of them say no. But yeah, like I was just, and for me, I did not want I get to know about the person, you know. I just felt like, how we explain it and all of that, you know. I remember I told my friends about it. Most of my friends had worried faces when I told them about this. It was a matter of,
Wow.
are you sure? You know? I told Mpo about it. Mpo is one of my guy friends. I told him about it. Mpo was supportive, but at the same time, I got the vibe of he was probably like, what the heck is going on in her mind, you know? And then I told my other friend, Nompumelelo, by that time she was still in the US. Pume is very straightforward. She's like blunt about these things. She was like, you are crazy. You're very crazy. Like, you're not thinking straight. And I just felt like, why are you not supporting me? Oh my gosh. Okay. But I'm just glad they gave me the opportunity to just speak and they were listening, you know. And then I told my aunt. I think most of you know that my aunt and I are very close. She's like my second mom, you know. So I went and I told my aunt, I'm like, there's something I want to talk to you about. She's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, you know, there's this thing. I want to be a single mom by choice. Like, I told her the whole thing. Like, and then she was looking at me like, what the heck? But I think my aunt understood that it probably comes from a place of grief, place of just feeling bad, feeling sad that I lost my baby and lost my husband at the same time, you know. And my aunt was just like, okay. But one thing about my aunt is very supportive. My aunt was like, okay, so are you telling me that next year we're gonna have our little Noni running around? I'm like, yes. I was so excited about it, right? And my brother was like, okay. My little sister, you guys have seen them on my channel. They're like, okay, she's going crazy. So, but yeah, I was very excited about that. I was looking forward to doing that, you know. I even had a timeline of when I'm gonna do it. I know there was a point where I made an appointment to go see a gynecologist to see if this is an option for me. Like, guys, I was very invested in this. I was very, very invested in this, ne? And then I don't know what happened. So, my therapist was like suggesting that she's like, I know a dog and a child are not the same, but don't you maybe want to start with getting a dog and then maybe see how it goes with that, and then you'll commit to a child like after, you know. And I'm not saying that, you know, a dog is just something you can get and just like it like that, man. But like, it's just a matter of like the responsibility and all of that, you know. But so I was just thinking about this and I'm like, yeah, ne, guys, hurting can make you think things, can make you do things that you would never think you would ever be interested in doing. Like, just thinking about it now, I'm like, a whole human. It is the whole human being, you know. But the one thing that made me to be like, okay, hold up, stop, wait a minute, it's because my goal, ever since like I was in high school, my goal was that I wanted to have kids when I have reached a point where, and I know like it's probably somebody's gonna watch this who's a mom already and you're like, yeah girl, you are in dreamland. But I have this fear that, I don't know, I feel like I need to work on myself before having children, because like I've been through so many things like from my childhood, right? I feel like I have so much trauma and so many things that I need to work on with my inner child, and I don't want to end up like having a child and then I am like projecting my childhood traumas, childhood issues on them and all of that. Like, that is the one thing that is making me scared and skeptical about having children, right? And being a single mom by choice I felt like it was a great option, but a part of me still loves the idea of my child growing up with a mom and dad, just because mom and dad plays different roles. And I know that there are people, like there are situations where in life I don't think there's any parent that chooses that their child shouldn't have that, you know. But I would love to have that, you know, and I want to strive to work towards that as much as possible, you know. Unless if I have the child and something happens and then, you know, the dad is not there and all of that, then yeah, I mean, it was beyond my control. But I feel like while it's still in my control, I would love my children to have a mom and a dad and, you know, grow up having a mom and a dad in the same house and all those kind of things, you know. So that is the one thing that kind of stopped me, you know. And also I just felt like I needed to work through this part of my life, the grief, kind of find myself and who I am as, because the thing is, like, after being in a relationship with my husband for, I think it was 7 years, 7-8 years, it was always me, him, me, him, me, him, me, him. So now it's me, and I still have to get the rhythm of what is me when he's not here, you know. And then now adding another person in the picture, I just felt like I'll be all over the place. I will not be able to give my best to that person and all of that. So yeah, that is what made the whole thing to be put on pause. But then I was just thinking about it, and I was like, whoa, sheesh, this girl was ready to be a mama by choice, a single mom by choice. But it was a very great, it was an awesome thing to learn about. Like, it kept me occupied. It distracted me from thinking about a lot of things, you know. And yeah, like those videos of just all those people. There was this one lady who did this whole process, and then she got pregnant with twins, and it was just like such a great experience for her. And I was just there like, oh, you know, because everybody that knows me knows that I love children. That is why I even went to the point of becoming an au pair and all of that. Like, I really, really love children, right? So obviously it was very fascinating to me. But then it was not the right time. I don't think that child was going to grow up in a very healthy space. I'm not saying I'm not good or anything like that, but I'm just saying that having to deal with grief, my childhood traumas and all of that, and therapy has helped a lot with that, because with my therapist we were dealing with the grief, but then also I just felt like I also wanted to hit 2 birds with 1 stone and like kind of work on my childhood traumas and all of that, because it's different, you know, when you have your own child and looking after somebody else's child. It's totally different. Your child is yours. When it's somebody else's child, you're there with them like a couple of hours, you're playing with them and it's all of that, and then after that you're like, mommy is here. So but if it's your child, I just feel like, you know, your child is going to see you when you're sad, when you're angry, when you're happy and all of that, you know, when you're not happy, when you're stressed, and you know, and that's when these things that you have learned growing up kind of come out, you know. And that's what I felt like I needed to work on. I'm still work in progress. I don't think I'm at a point where I feel like, oh yeah, we are perfect, I can do this, you know. So yeah, and I think God knew that. I'm not saying having a miscarriage was a great thing. It was not. It took a toll on me and all of that. But a part of me feels like maybe God knew that I still had to work on some things before being a mom. And then also maybe he knew that maybe I was not going to be able to handle being a single mom alone without my husband there, because had I not had a miscarriage, that means I would have still been pregnant after my husband was shot, and I don't even want to think about that. Like, it just, yeah, I don't want to think about that. But yeah, guys, so that is my story of wanting to be a single mom by choice, because I just felt like having a baby was going to fill that void. Am I not glad that I didn't do that? Because I think, I don't know, it just feels wrong to use a child to fill that void. I don't know. And I'm glad that I didn't do it. But I'm also glad that the people that are close to me that I told about this, they were not judgmental. They were slightly supportive about it. But they let me have my moment, you know, my moment of just going through grief talk, going through grief brain. And I'm not saying that is all over and all of that, but I feel like I'm at a better place. I feel like I'm at a better place than I was last year, you know. One thing I keep saying is that I have experienced grief, let's say 4 times now. My mom, my dad, my kid, my husband. So I know that grief is a part of life. It doesn't go away ever, you know, ever. Quite frankly, you just learn to live with it, you know, and that is what I'm doing. The past 2 weeks, I was missing my dad like crazy. Day weekend was approaching, and then you go through the store, there's Mother's Day card, Mother's Day this, Mother's Day that, you turn on the TV, Mother's Day this, you go on social media, Mother's Day this. It's like a constant reminder that you don't have a mother, you know, and I just got very overwhelmed with that. And yeah, so it doesn't stop, you know, you just learn to live with it, you know, and that is what I'm doing, even with, yeah, you know, it's just a matter of telling yourself that, okay, this happened, this person is not here, I want them to be here, but they're not here. I can cherish those moments. I can have days where I'm crying my eyes out, but I can have days where I'm like, you know what, let me wake up, let me look forward to the next day, you know. So yeah, it's not gonna go away. I am gradually learning to live with my husband's grief, because when it comes to my mom and my dad, it's been a couple of years, so I just know how to, I know the roller coaster that comes with that, and then now we added another person to the cycle, so I'm still learning how to live with that. But anyway, guys, I promised you guys a very long time ago Q&A. I did record the Q&A, but my phone did something. The footage is pretty much non-existent. That's why I haven't been able to post it. I had edited it and all of that, but then technology happened. So I am so sorry about that. I will, however, put up a Q&A thingy again to give you guys the opportunity to ask the questions again, or ask different questions. Yes, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you so much for watching this video up until this point. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the support. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and please do comment, because I love hearing what you guys have to say. I really do. Please don't forget to comment. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.